Okay, my name is Tyler Doman, and today we are making delicious chocolate chip cookies right here. So this is our recipe. Hershey's classic chocolate chip cookies. And I'll just take you through the ingredients real quick. We have our sugar, our brown sugar, 2 eggs and vanilla, chocolate chips, salt, baking soda, flour, 2 sticks of butter. So first things first, we're gonna add the butter, sugar, brown sugar, and vanilla into this bowl until creamy, and then we'll add our eggs. So I'm going to set this down. Okay, I hope you can see me because it wouldn't flip. So the butter has been softened, and we're going to add that in. And we're going to put 3/4 cup of sugar in. So here we go. This sugar you can just measure and level off. I'm just going to shake it off for time's sake. You know what? No, I have a spoon right here. I'm going to grab a knife. Okay, got our sugar. Take the back of the knife like this, use it to level it. Bam. Okay. Up next we have our brown sugar. And brown sugar you have to pack when you put it in. So we need 3/4 cup as well. Okay, here we go. I've got a 1/4 cup here. So I've got to use 3 of these. And what I like to do is put it inside, and then you can pack it from the inside. There's not very much left in this bag. So kind of work it into the measuring cup from there and pack it in inside the bag so it's not a mess. There we go. There's one. Pack it down. There's 2. This is a lot of sugar. That's how we like it. And here comes 3. Okay. Now we need 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. And we just have a small little bottle for that. Here's our vanilla. This I don't mind pouring over the bowl because if a little extra gets in, I like vanilla, so. Smells very strong. Okay, here's our 1 teaspoon. Bingo. So now we'll beat it, and then once it's like combined a little bit, we'll add the eggs. So we'll just slide it and put it on low. Perfect. Now eggs act as like a a binder in baking, and that's why you put eggs in cookies, is so it binds everything together. So we're gonna add these in. Perfect. Okay, we'll beat it again. Lock in place. I'll keep it on slower speed because as this is going, we're gonna add our dry ingredients into this bowl. So we're gonna get our flour first. We need 2 1/4 cups of flour. So we're gonna use, I don't have a cup with me, so we're gonna use 4 of these half cups, and then I've got a 4th cup right there. And now, I do not have a sifter, so what I'm gonna use this spoon, and I'm kind of just gonna get like little scoops like this, and kind of use the spoon to put it in, so it's kind of like, it's kind of your own way to sift it. There we go. And then I'll level it off with the knife again. Just like this. There's one. Perfect. There's 2. I guess I can reposition this so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. So just scooping out the flour and putting it in, kind of acting as the sifter. And then back of the knife, level it off. That's 3. So we need 1 more of these and then a 4th cup. There's our 4. And now, there's our 4th cup right here. Last bits of flour. Level it off. Bam. Okay, so our flour is all done. Now we need to add our next dry ingredient, which is the baking soda. So we need just 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, here's our teaspoon. I'm gonna scoop it out of the baking soda thing, and then I don't know if you can see, but I'll scrape it off the top, and that'll level it for me. And then I'll add that right in. Bam. And then up next, we add the salt, and we need only 1/2 teaspoon salt. Got this right here, 1/2 teaspoon. And be careful because I don't want it to be too salty. Okay, add the salt in, and now let's kind of mix this up. All our dry ingredients, perfect. And our wet ingredients are looking really good right now. So I'll slowly add in this dry all the dry ingredients. And I might need to add a little extra flour because they're at higher elevation, but we'll see how the texture is doing as we get there. So here I'm going to slowly add it in as it mixes. Turn up the speed. Not too much at one time. It's looking good. You want to be careful not to over stir it too, though. Beat it too much. So I'll get the chocolate chips ready here in a second. We got a little bit left here. Okay, that's all our dry ingredients, and it's looking good. We'll turn it up one. Now we need 2 cups of these chocolate chips. But I still only have the half cup, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna pour it over this bowl, actually. I like being generous with the chocolate chips. So I'll need 4 of these half cups to make 2 cups. Looks like there's just 2 cups in this bag. That'll be excellent. Okay. Yeah, they're looking pretty good. So I'm gonna cut the video here, and I'll cut back to when I'm done mixing. We're back, done mixing, and we're going to basically take about teaspoon-sized little balls of the cookie dough, place them on the ungreased cookie sheet. And yeah, so I'll kind of demonstrate. I'll try and demonstrate like one-handed how it should go here about. So you want like rounded teaspoons, kind of just like that. Drop them down, and you'll want them spaced out enough so that when they cook, they won't like overlap. Okay, there we go. I want to keep them about the same size. And we'll just record like this.
Making cookies?
Yes, I am. Do you want some when they're done?
Sure, what kind?
Chocolate chip.
Yeah.
So again, keep them spaced out enough so they won't overlap once they're cooked, or cooking, I should say. It says, the recipe says it makes 5 dozen-ish when at this size. So on the next sheet, I think we'll make them a little bigger, but I want to see how they turn out when they're this size, because we don't make them teaspoon size very often. I did sneak a bite with the cookie dough, which was delicious. Well worth the risk of salmonella. Just kidding. It's bad. These are looking great. I've got them in rows of 5 right now. For this sheet, that seems like enough per row. And I'm gonna try to get 3, maybe 4 rows in. My hands are clean. I did wash them before. Anybody who knows me knows my hands will always be clean. Awesome. So a good thing to do is when you actually pop these guys in the oven is to use that time while it's baking to clean up. That's what I'm going to be doing. And I don't know, it's just a way you can manage your time better. And, you know, because time management is a really important part when cooking. Always looking for ways to better manage your time. And even at the beginning, like, I got all my ingredients and things ready beforehand, before I started actually cooking and putting things together, you know. Okay, it looks like we'll just actually do 3 rows on this one. That'll make a little bit bigger cookies on the next one. So these are ready to go in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes. And I preheated the oven already, so they're ready to be put in. And you always want to set the timer to the minimum time, so that way you can check them. They might not be done at that time, but that's just so they never burn, and you can adjust time accordingly after that. And so I'm going to put another sheet in and clean up, and then we'll take a look at how the cookies turned out after. Okay, our cookies are done, so I'm going to pop these out of the oven. We did get to some cleaning up while they were cooking. These are looking pretty good. Okay. One important thing to remember is when you are actually taking what are they called? Hot pads. When you have hot pads, take these out of the oven. Make sure your hands aren't wet, and make sure you don't use like a wet cloth, because the water will vaporize and burn your hands, so that's not fun. This is how the cookies turned out. So it looks like up here, this part of the oven and the edges cook better than the middle, and also despite having them pretty spread out, they did cook together. But I'm gonna try one of these ones up here and see how they everything turned out. I also think I could have added a few more chocolate chips. Ooh, they're nice and soft. Still maybe a little too hot to get off, but we'll try and see what we can do here for the video. We did not spray this pan with Pam as well, and it had a little bit of trouble coming off, but it looks like it came off clean. And on my next batch, I'm gonna try it with Pam and see if that makes a difference in cooking. Well, let's give this a try here. That's pretty good. It's really soft. I like it. So yeah, this is a good recipe to follow at home. I recommend it, and I hope this how-to guide was helpful and went through all the steps and gave some useful tips as well. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.